A bomber is a fighting aircraft that is intended to strike land and naval objectives by dropping air-to-ground weapons such as rockets, torpedoes, and cruise missiles. The first use of bombs dropped from an aircraft occurred during the Italian-Turkish War, with the first major deployments occurring during the First and Second World Wars by all major air powers, causing devastating damage to cities, towns, and rural areas. These are the best strategic bombers in the world. Number 8. Sukhoi Su-24M. The Sukhoi Su-24M is a modern frontline bomber that was developed in-house and is capable of bombarding land and naval surface targets with bombs and missiles. Algeria also received the SC-24MK, a special export variant of the Su-24M. Libya, Iran, Iraq, and Syria are all on the list. The development of the Su-24M ended in 1993. The Su-24M is equipped with a GSH 623mm gun and has a fighting load capacity of 8,000 kilograms, which includes 80mm rockets and blocks, as well as 10 500kg high-explosive fragmentation bombs. When equipped with 2 fuel tanks, the aircraft can achieve a maximum speed of 1,700 km per hour and a range of 2,850 kilometers. Number 7. Xi'an H-6. The Chinese People's Liberation Army Air Force uses the Xi'an H-6 strategic bomber, which is a Chinese variant of the Tupolev Tu-16 bomber. Muslim carrier versions of the H-6 are also used by the PLA Navy. In 1969, the PLWAF received the first H-6 bomber designed in China. The internal arms bay of the H-6 can hold up to 9,000 kilograms of 250 kilograms to 3,000 kilograms class general-purpose explosives. The bomber is also equipped with 2 23mm cannons as well as anti-ship and anti-air missiles. The aircraft will fly a range of approximately 6,000 kilometers at a cruising speed of 796 kilometers per hour, or Mach 0.75. Number 6. B52 Strat Fortress. The B52 Strat Fortress is a long-range strategic heavy bomber that is the United States military's longest-serving combat aircraft. It adds naval, maritime, and offensive air defense operations. The new Strat Fortress version B52H can carry free-fall bombs, precision-guided missiles, cluster bombs, and it is powered by 8 Brett & Whitney TF-33 turbofan engines and is manned by 5 crew members. It has a payload capacity of 7,000 pounds and can travel at speeds of up to 650 miles per hour to an unrefueled range of more than 10,000 miles and altitudes of more than 50,000 feet. Number 5. B1B Lancer. The Rockwell B-1 Lancer is a supersonic variable sweep-wing heavy bomber used by the United States Air Force. It is commonly called the Bone from B-1. It is one of 3 strategic bombers in the U.S. Air Force fleet as of 2021, the other 2 being the B-2 Spirit and the B-52 Strat Fortress. With the disestablishment of SAC and its reassignment to the Air Combat Command in 1992, the B-1B was converted for a conventional bombing role. It first served in combat during Operation Desert Fox in 1998 and again during the NATO action in Kosovo the following year. The B-1B has supported U.S. and NATO military forces in Afghanistan and Iraq. The Air Force has an inventory of 45 B-1Bs as of 2021. The B1B Lancer is a long-range strategic bomber based on the B1A bomber. It has a lower radar signature than the base model. The B1B flew for the first time in October 1984. The B1B was used for conventional missile missions in the 1990s. The aircraft has the largest internal payload bay of any bomber and carries a 4-person crew. It is powered by 4 General Electric F101 GE 102 turbofan engines and can load 84 Mark 82 conventional 500-pound bombs, 30 CPU bombs, or 24 JDAMS bombs. It is also capable of transporting the AGM-69A nuclear short-range attack missile. Number 4. B2 Spirit. The U.S. Air Force is the primary operator. The B2 Spirit is a strategic, heavy stealth bomber with long range and low visibility that can penetrate complex and dense air defense systems. The B2 took to the air for the first time in July 1989. A total of 20 B2 bombers are stationed at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. A standardized weapons interface framework is mounted on the multi-role bomber. It is capable of transforming nuclear and conventional missiles, as well as precision-guided munitions, gravity bombs, and naval arms. It has a refueling best range of over 6,000 plus nautical miles and a range of more than 10,000 plus best nautical miles without refueling at a high altitude of 50,000 plus feet. It can carry conventional and nuclear weapons, as well as precision-guided munitions, gravity bombs, and maritime weapons, among other things. It can carry 2 Boeing Massive Ordnance Penetrator arms, as well as AGM-129 advanced cruise missiles and approximately 80 Joint Direct Attack munitions. Number 3. Tupolev Tu-160. Tupolev's supersonic strategic bomber and missile carrier, the Tu-160, is capable of carrying nuclear and conventional missiles. It is mainly used by the Russian Air Force and comes in 8 versions. It can operate in all weather conditions, day and night, and at all geographical latitudes. The aircraft can carry 40-ton freefall bombs and has 2 weapon bays that can accommodate 12 Kh-55 MS missiles and up to 24 Kh-15P short-range nuclear missiles. It also has an in-flight refueling system and 4 NK-32 turbofan engines. The aircraft's top and cruise speeds are 2,220 and 960 km per hour respectively, and its range is up to 12,300 kilometers. Number 2. Tupolev Tu-22M. Tupolev Tu-22M bombers are supersonic long-range strategic and maritime bombers developed by Tupolev and based on the design of the Tupolev Tu-22 aircraft. The first flight of the Tupolev Tu-22M bomber took place in 1969 and it entered service in 1972. Since 1987, when it was first deployed in Afghanistan, 497 Tu-22M bombers have been equipped. The aircraft has a 4-person crew and a maximum operating range of 2,200 kilometers. It has a top speed of 2,000 kilometers per hour. On board can be carried 6 Kh-15 nuclear or Kh-15P anti-radar missiles, 3 tons of freefall bombs, and Kh-31AP and Kh-35 air-to-surface missiles. Number 1. Tupolev Tu-95. Tupolev designated the Tu-95 strategic bomber and missile carrier. The Tu-95 prototype flew for the first time in November 1952, and the bomber entered service with the Soviet Union's DA, or long-range aviation, in 1957. The Tu-95 can carry 23mm cannons as well as a 15-kilogram combat load that includes air-to-surface missiles and bombs. The Russian Air Force has 95 aircraft in its fleet. A Tu-95 bomber missile carrier variant, the NK-12M turboprop engines driving 4 AB-60K coaxial propellers make the Tu-95 the only strategic bomber with a turboprop power plant. The aircraft can reach a top speed of 830 km per hour and a range of 15,000 kilometers.